Hello everyone, this is Steve with the Free Bullion Investment Guide. Today is February 23rd, and I'm doing a review and outlook price analysis video for silver and gold. This is the daily chart, and it's been 2 weeks since I posted a video for silver and gold. It's in both of the price charts I showed you these bull flags in gold and silver, and they both broke above them as expected. I believe in the last video I stated that as the numbers of those who have contracted the coronavirus and who have unfortunately died from the coronavirus, as those numbers rise, so will silver and gold as investors flock into safe haven assets. And that's what we've seen. We've seen, I think, just what the beginning is, to be quite honest with you. I don't expect the numbers to get any better. I mean, I do want the numbers to get better for the coronavirus, but they're not. So, at least right now, and I do pray and hope that they will get better in the near future, but we'll have to just keep our eye on those numbers, which I will get to here in a minute. Silver did come all the way up to the about the 1850 level. It wasn't able to hold at the 1850 level. It's literally sitting on resistance right now, which is why I didn't put a line there. But I don't expect many of these resistance lines to hold. We will have to see what happens, but I will get to that in the outlook here in a minute. I want to go over some articles with you here shortly. And for gold also broke above its bull flag. It broke above 1590 and 1615, creating that resistance level into a support level. So, and quite honestly, I will show you the other resistance levels above that. I don't know how high silver and gold are going to go, but I will simply show you at the end of this video the resistance levels to watch, to where profit takers will likely stop to take some profit off the table before they wait and see what else is going to happen with the coronavirus. So let's go over the coronavirus, and as far as the numbers go, we have nearly 79,000 confirmed cases worldwide, and nearly 2,500 fatalities worldwide. In China alone, we have 76,000. Around the world, around the rest of the world, it's above 2,000 now, and 25 deaths around the world. Problem areas that are seen right now are South Korea, Iran, and Italy. They have had their numbers double here recently. Almost, Iran has had their numbers double in the last 24 hours. Last I checked, Italy was just at around 77, 74, so their numbers have nearly doubled. And it seems that South Korea is adding about 50 a day cases. So again, the numbers aren't getting better. I pray and hope that they will, but right now, as the numbers continue to creep higher and there's more of a spread of this horrible virus, the numbers for the prices of silver and gold and other safe haven assets will continue to rise. So let me show you the economic side of things as well. I found this New York Times article that showed you there's 13,000 missing flights because of the global consequences of the coronavirus. I will have links to all of these articles down in the description area below, but clearly you can see just over China alone, there is clearly a difference, and this is just a 2-week difference right here. This is actually February 13th, this side, so now it's been 10 days since February 13th, and you can clearly, I mean, the travel industry is going to get hit as far as economically. The oil industry is likely oil will fall. I realized that the numbers came up a little bit at the end of last week, but I'm expecting the oil to come down further because of the lack of travel. And this other article also supports that China's car sales have tumbled 92%. And a few areas of to take notice in this article is that only 49,000 cars were sold in the first 16 days of the month, down from 59,000, nearly 60,000 in the same period last year, in a market where more than 25 million cars were sold in 2019 alone. So that's not good, and that is one area for people who own platinum and palladium. Also want to pay attention to this. Let me go to a page that I recently created on my guide here. Down under buying guides, there's a platinum and palladium guide. Let me just show you the demand side for platinum and palladium, which has been driving platinum and palladium higher. Platinum has 41%. Their largest area of demand comes from the automotive sector, and it's larger for palladium. Palladium, 77% of their demand, of its demand, comes from the auto catalyst sector. And just so you can see, let me see here. Where did I put it? Here it is. For gasoline engines, palladium is used more than platinum. And for diesel engines, catalytic converters for their engines use more platinum than palladium. Those are things that you want to pay attention to as far as the sales of those kinds of cars and trucks, because it will likely have a lot to do with what to expect for those precious metals. And right now, platinum is selling just below $1,000, and palladium has continued to rise. Again, you want to pay attention to this. I'm not telling you what one way or the other what you should do. That's up to you. But it's now sitting at $2,700. So again, just a heads up for all those who own platinum and palladium and maybe want to take some profit. Also, Adidas has recently come out and stated that their numbers have tanked by 85% because of the coronavirus. This is apparel. This is clothing lines. Other companies are going to come out and state that, quite honestly, the same things. So those are things that you want to pay attention to. It's going to hit the economy, and people are going to pile into gold and silver. Also, recently came out an article that the U.S. government is forecasting less, that China's not going to buy as much as they stated in their Phase 1 trade deal. That they're likely only going to buy 14 billion compared to the 40 billion promised. So that unfortunately is going to hit the farmers, the agricultural sector. Again, another hit to our economy. Recently, I found this other article where President Xi of China acknowledged that there's shortcomings in the fight against the outbreak, which is a rare sight for a rare comment for any communist leader or any dictator to admit a shortcoming. So clearly things are not looking good for China. I will, again, if I didn't state it, I will have links to all these articles in the description section below. And one last thing I wanted to show, well, two last things. One is this article by the Straits Times. It's out of Singapore. It's pictures of the empty streets of China. If you haven't seen them, they're all over Twitter. I don't know what other websites might be showing these clear signs that nobody's working, nobody's doing anything in China, and the streets are empty, and the cities are desolate, and deserted. So everybody is inside, and clearly the economy in China has grind to a halt, except for I've heard that deliveries are up, but other than that, but even that, I'm sure, are down compared to what they were. But the other thing I wanted to show you is the yield curve. The Fed has recently come out and stated that they're watching the coronavirus, that they're worried about the coronavirus. If the yield curve continues to invert, we'll likely see another rate cut by the Fed. Let me see here. We were worried about the inverted yield curve back here back, let me see here, right around here. So this was, doesn't give me a date. Yes, it does. March 19th. No, it doesn't. Or yeah, March. Anyways, so so it's getting inverted again. It had corrected itself. People weren't worried about it, and now that people are piling into safe havens bonds, it's driving down the 5-year and the 10-year, and the 3-month bond is starting to creep up because people are getting out of that for longer term. Anyways, you understand. People are buying up bonds. The yield curve is starting to invert again, and it's just not good. So let's get back to the chart here. So the point of the yield curve is that the Fed may cut rates again, which will be a catalyst for gold and silver to continue to move higher. Let me move to the weekly chart for the outlook here. So I can show you the resistance levels. There isn't much resistance. I mean, we can look at resistance at 1800 above the 1760. They're right now, you can't really say much on resistance for gold and silver. Fear and uncertainty is driving their markets. So, but in these areas, we may see profit taking. So at the 1670 level, we'll see, may see profit taking, as well as the 1750 level and the 1800 level. Now, I will say this, when the numbers of the coronavirus get better, we'll likely see the price of silver and gold start to come down. Likely slowly, because it looks like things aren't trickling out as far as companies telling you the truth of what their numbers are quite yet, but they will have to in their earnings, and after the end of this quarter, which isn't until the end of March. So, but we should start to hear more and more of what the market is expecting as far as what kind of hit the coronavirus is going to bring to the market. Also, for silver, we above 1890, we have 1970. We'll see profit taking likely, as well as 2060, 2160. And again, I don't want to go too much higher. I don't know what's going to happen. Many people don't know what's going to happen. There are no patterns to show you right now. Fundamentals are clearly driving this market. I will likely post another video next week, simply to go over everything again instead of waiting 2 weeks. But I thank you for your time, and I look forward to talking to you next week. Take care, and God bless.